This is the true story
of 7 researchers
picked to attend a symposium
and have their talks taped
and find out what happens
when people stop writing simulators
and start getting real.
Real-life reinforcement learning, Washington, D.C.
How are you?
Hi, I'm fine, thank you. John.
Jong, how do you spell that?
J-O-N-G.
Yeah, they're number 7.
Oh.
Have those notes. Badge, would you like a bag?
No thanks, I already have one.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, these flyers here.
Oh, cool. Well, thanks. Well, have a good day. Yes. Hi. It's good to see you.
Yeah.
Good to see you. Have you met these guys?
Not yet.
Hi, my name is Nick. I'm from UTR.
Hi.
Oh, Peter.
Oh, hi.
How you doing? I'm Darren. Nice to meet you.
Yeah,
how's it going?
No, I'm not. I have 3 students presenting over the course of the meeting, but
I
I'm
saw
not
some
presenting
of
myself.
your work. You've got your little IBO dog doing new things.
Yep.
Tracking a ball, if I remember.
Yeah, running up to it and trying to pinch it under its chin.
So does it really learn using reinforcement learning, or?
It's definitely learning. It's maybe a stretch to call it reinforcement learning of this natural kind, but it's definitely real life, and it's learning with reinforcements.
Well, I think that's where we need to look at, because maybe the true reinforcement learning is not correct for the real world, and maybe the things that you're going to show is going to be reinforcement learning for the real world.
That's what we're hoping. Reinforcement learning is defined by the problem type, not by the solution type.
Are you of the camp of it's real world if it's in the physical world?
Yes.
Good.
Because I've worked in both worlds. I know that they're dramatically different. Negative reward makes it angry.
When I tell this to people who are non-computer science people about, well, what do you mean he gets a reward? How do you give him a reward? I have trouble explaining that. So finally I said that most people know that there's a computer in there someplace, and they know the computers use 1s and 0s, so I just say, I give him a 1. He likes 1s, he just naturally likes 1s.
People who are interested in doing reinforcement learning for real engineering problems. The challenge is that everyone engineers their problems to be a quadratic regulator. So everything in terms of reinforcement learning in real life, 99% of it is just quadratic regulation.
Better not do that, you know.
If we want to convince, or if the reinforcement learning community wants to convince the people outside of the RL community that this is really great and it's working in the real world, then we should solve problems that you cannot really solve with classical control theory, for example.
To be on the safe side, I've eliminated all discussion of sexual orientation. So it may run a little bit short. And
So it's a little hard for me to come up with examples because they're so obvious. I moved to MIT last fall and I joined aeronautics and astronautics,
which is not a field that I know anything about.
Vacuum cleaning robot is trying to achieve human level AI.
It might be nice to have a system, we typically run these things all the way out to convergence, and that could take a long time.
Basically, open up Martin, Martin, and
Again, one more time.
Chapter 6.
Groucho and Harpo.
Marcho and Harpo.
BS book.
I would say this is very, very real world compared to pretty much anything else that has been discussed today. But there's a certain sense coming from a corporate perspective. There's an additional criteria that you guys have to consider. And our criteria is it's not real world unless you have a real customer paying you real money.
Real life reinforcement learning theory.
Are you real world, or are you reinforcement learning, or are you both?
We don't have an answer yet.
This is really weird.